Okay, Mr. Jones here for my WWE SummerSlam 2012 pay-per-view review. The pay-per-view was last night. Great, solid show here from WWE. Really good show. I feel like in the past few years, SummerSlam has been kind of disappointing, but this one was actually quite enjoyable. A lot of good matches on here. A lot of great things on the undercard that I didn't expect to be that good. A couple matches that I thought would be just a waste of time turned out to be really, really good. And so let's get into the review here. The first match was the pre-show, Santino Marella versus Antonio Cesaro for the United States Championship. I did not watch this match because I was a little bit busy before the show started, and so I did not get to see it, but I saw where Antonio Cesaro won, thank God. I'm glad they finally took the U.S. title off of Santino Marella, and so I'm not going to rank this match. I'm not going to give it a rating because I did not see it, but I am glad that Antonio Cesaro got the win here. So to open the show, we had Dolph Ziggler versus Chris Jericho, which I thought would be match of the night. I'm interested in the choice to put this first. I think it was a good decision by WWE to put this match on first because it did get the crowd hot. They were really into it. Ziggler had a few chants with the fans. He had a few people chanting, "Let's go Ziggler," but the majority of the crowd was behind Jericho. Like I said, they were really into this thing. It was really fast-paced. It was really good stuff. They told a good story working over Jericho's ribs. He had his ribs taped up in this match. So they did one really cool spot where Jericho went for the lion salt and Ziggler had his knees up and he hit him in the ribs and that sprung Jericho up. And when he got up, Ziggler hit the zigzag on him. He went for the pin. Jericho kicked out at 2. And then the end of this match came when Jericho ended up getting Ziggler in the walls of Jericho. The old school walls of Jericho, where they put where he puts the knee on the back, and Ziggler tapped out. So I was surprised that Jericho got the win here. I figured Ziggler was going to win this match, but I guess if Jericho's going away for a Fozzy tour and everything else, they want to send him off kind of happy. And so Jericho gets the win here. I'll give the match 3 3/4 stars. It was really, really good. You should check this out. I think it was the second best match of the night, probably. The next match was Kane versus Daniel Bryan. Now, this is a match I complained that didn't have any build-up, and I didn't see any interest in it, but it turned out being really good. Daniel Bryan he just proves every week that he can work with pretty much anyone in the ring, and he did a great job here. This match was really good. Daniel Bryan working the crowd, with the no and yes chants. He had some good moves here, some good. He tried to get the no lock applied a couple of times. And the end of this match comes when Kane goes for a tombstone piledriver and Bryan wins with the roll-up. It was an interesting counter. I've never seen that counter to the tombstone. And Daniel Bryan gets the win here. And so I'll give this match about 3.5 stars. It turned out being really great as well. Or maybe not 3.5. I'll give it 3 stars. It doesn't deserve 3.5, but it was a good match. I'll give it 3 stars because it was solid. And then after the match, backstage, Kane is pissed, and he trashes the backstage area. He's looking for Daniel Bryan, and he ends up throwing Josh Matthews into a bunch of shit. And so tonight on Raw, AJ says she's going to punish Kane for that, so we'll see how that turns out. The next match was a match that really surprised me. It was for the Intercontinental Championship. It was Miz defending against Rey Mysterio. This match was great. I've been saying for the longest time that Miz is probably one of the most improved wrestlers in ring, and this proved it. He worked really well with Mysterio here. There was a great pace in this match. They just did some awesome stuff here. The end of the match comes when Miz hits the skull-crushing finale and gets the win for the Intercontinental Championship. He retains it. But there was just such cool stuff in this match here. With the counters and reversals that these guys hit on each other. It was a great showing here, great match. This match will get 3 3/4 stars as well. Really good stuff here from both of these guys. The next match was for the World Heavyweight Championship. It was Alberto Del Rio versus Sheamus. This was a match I didn't care about, but it turned out being alright. Good stuff here from both guys. The ending here was fucked up because they did this thing where basically Ricardo Rodriguez was trying to get a shoe and throw it to Del Rio, and the referee noticed it. And so the referee, while he was distracted, I think he kicked the shoe out of the way, and he was distracted with Ricardo Rodriguez, and while he was distracted, Sheamus actually picks up the shoe, hits Del Rio over the head with it, and then delivers the Celtic Cross, and he pins Del Rio while Del Rio's got his foot in the rope, like in plain sight, and the referee counts to 3. And so Sheamus kind of stole this one here, and it didn't make much sense because Sheamus is a face, so I'm not sure what they were going for there. But anyway, Sheamus gets a win. I'll give this match 3 1/4. It was a pretty good match, pretty good outing here from both of these guys. The next match was for the WWE Tag Team Championships. Kofi Kingston and R-Truth defending against the primetime players, which is Titus O'Neil and Darren Young. This was a pretty solid tag team match. Good stuff for both of these tag teams here. Lots of high-flying action from Kofi Kingston to the outside. The end of the match comes when Kofi Kingston and Titus O'Neil hit a move on the outside. I think Kofi flew onto Titus to the outside. And so they were knocked out. And R-Truth, I think, hit his finisher on Darren Young and got the win for Kofi and Truth, so they retained the title yet again. As far as the match goes, this gets about 2 3/4 stars. This was pretty good, not great, but a pretty solid tag team match. The next match was match of the night. It was for the WWE Championship. It was CM Punk defending against Big Show and John Cena. This was just great stuff here. All three of these guys worked really well with each other. There was some great action here. A lot of guys hitting their finishers. A good pace in this match. Big Show dominated the first part of the match, and then the next part was Punk and Cena trying to one-up each other. And then the first inning of the match comes when CM Punk has the Anaconda Vice locked in on Big Show, and then Cena comes from behind with the STF, and so they simultaneously have it locked in, and then Big Show starts tapping. And so they ring the bell, and they're not sure who won, and Punk and Cena are arguing to the referee. Then AJ comes out and tells them to restart the match. So they restart the match, and Big Show hits a chokeslam on both guys. And then they go a little bit longer after that, and what ends up happening is that Big Show, or Cena hits the attitude adjustment onto Big Show, and then Punk just basically throws Cena out of the ring and covers Big Show and gets the win. So that was a great ending, wonderful ending to that match. I really enjoyed it. So I'll give this match, I think this was match of the night definitely just because there was such good stuff in here. I'll give this match 4 stars. Punk and Cena really worked well with Big Show in this thing, and CM Punk gets the win yet again. Then we got to the main event. This was the only shitty part of this pay-per-view. Brock Lesnar and Triple H. You know, with all the hype and all the video packages and all the stuff that went into this match, and they had built it up for so long, and then it was just wrestled in a very basic way. I mean, there was no blood. There wasn't a lot of brawling on the outside. They brawled on the outside for a little bit using a table. But most of this match was just Lesnar beating down Triple H, and Triple H getting the advantage every once in a while and hitting a pedigree. And Lesnar tried to lock in the Kimura like 5 times during this match, and it just got so damn repetitive. And the pace was just so slow. My God, it was boring. You know, you expect these guys to just beat the shit out of each other out of pure hatred, but this was just boring. It was slow. The pace was terrible. And the ending was just so anticlimactic. You know, Brock locked in the Kimura lock at 10:45. We still had 15 minutes to go to the end of the show. He locks in the Kimura lock, and Triple H taps. So I guess it's good that Brock went over, but the match was just awful, just terrible for a main event that had been built up the way it had. It was just really anticlimactic. So I'll give it 2 1/4 stars. That's about all it deserves, really. I might be being generous with that. And then the show ends with Triple H doing this sob thing. He just starts crying and telling the fans, "I'm sorry." He should have been apologizing for the shitty main event, not the fact that he lost. But anyway, great show from WWE besides the main event. Overall, it was a great show. Everything on it was solid. It definitely deserves an 8 out of 10. If you're going to watch this pay-per-view, you should watch it for the Ziggler-Jericho match, and maybe the Miz Mysterio match, and certainly the WWE Championship match. But Lesnar versus Triple H was disappointing, massively disappointing in my opinion. But this has been my review of SummerSlam 2012. This is Mr. Jones saying peace.